Garrett, and we are live. Thank you for anyone who's out there in the YouTube land. We are back. Today we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite mark with the mouth, Jesus. No,
Marvel Jesus, or he should also be known as God's perfect idiot.
exactly. So we're going to be talking about the one and the only Deadpool. It's the first movie in the actual series that we're going to be talking about because we're going to be doing it one at a time because I still haven't watched the third one because I don't have a life, which means I don't go outside because there's people out there and they are scary. Anyway, oh good, the logo fucks off. No, it's back. Okay, well that's a thing.
People feel the same way about you, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You've told me. So anyway, so what did everyone here think of the first movie?
It's
I love
crude.
it.
Yeah, it's
On a
crude.
scale of
It
1 to
plays-
10, I give it a 9.9.
Okay.
I'll give it an infinite because it's great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm
hold
a
on,
10
Jeff
out of
first.
10. It's got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crude. I mean, but that's kind of what it is. This is kind of what you expect from a Deadpool movie. You expect it to be gory. You expect him to kill a lot of people, and that's just plain. It's just basic. The kind of benefit. And again, we already know Ryan Reynolds was basically born to play this character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you can also see how long it took him a long time to get Hollywood to come around to this, and you could see it in
And
the story.
properly.
I mean, yeah, he worked on it for years, trying to pitch it, trying to sell it, and they finally picked up on it. And you're going, gee.
So the way that they actually picked up on it was in I want to say 2012, maybe 14. They did a leaked test footage of him sitting on the bridge doodling, which then led on to basically the internet losing its goddamn fucking mind. And then it was picked up, and he's like, "Oh, did that happen? Oh, anyway."
But you got to see him play Wade Wilson, and what was it?
You
X-Men
Origins
shut your
Wolverine.
fucking
Yeah.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. That wasn't not...
It's freaking mouse the last time.
Hey man, good to see you. It's been a while for the audience.
But that being said, going to Wolverine Origins just real quick, his portrayal was not the problem. The writing and everything else was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, no,
Yeah,
but you got a taste of it. You know, the interactions between him and Hugh Jackman.
Before he got...
do you ever shut the fuck up? You know, that sort of interaction.
No, he doesn't.
No,
But,
he does not.
So they paid that the sword scene off in the second Deadpool when he was cutting the bullets in half and he just stood there like when in Origins it just bounced off him with no issue. In this he stood there and went, ow. Because he was after getting like really, really shot.
Yeah.
So I really liked in the first one that I have to say this was the first genuine depiction of the X program in that we've actually seen, because we've been hearing about it for years, but we have never seen it.
Yeah, the Weapon X program, exactly.
Yeah. Like and them making it was absolutely horrific.
Yeah, but they were. But in the case of Wolverine, he already was a mutant. They just enhanced him more by giving by coating adamantium to his bones.
Stryker was a dick.
I feel like X-Men 2 counts as showing us Weapon X though, because we did see the flashbacks and we did see Lady Deathstrike and all that. Like, so I feel like that kind of counts as us seeing Weapon X.
It would, but that would be the enhanced one of the adamantium program. This is the slave program. You get me?
Yeah, exactly. They were trying to, and also the fact they were they were literally just banking on people, on very desperate people. Because
The
again, in
fact.
the movie, he's trying to do it to cure, hopefully cure his cancer, which was already terminal at that point.
Oh, absolutely, mommy. I have to ask, as a woman,
Mhm.
who, what did you think of the story?
Think of the what story? Sorry, you kind of cut out
The
there.
love story.
Oh, it's a little twisted. Um,
It's
but
hilarious.
they really do belong together. I mean,
Oh,
even in,
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I know we're talking about the first movie, and if you haven't seen the third one, um,
I haven't.
I I don't. Okay, I won't say anything, but
Don't say too much. Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
but they just belong together.
Yeah.
Their personalities and how messed up their childhoods were, and
Well,
you know,
the real question is how messed up was it? Because all their messed up stories is jokes. It's like, I slept in a dishwasher box. You had a dishwasher? My father left before I was born. Mine left before I was conceived.
Yeah, that's
oh,
great.
yeah. That's the funny thing with Colossus later. It's
I
like,
know they were like going back and forth
it's
trying to
Clover to
talk to each
feel
other.
like Dad.
And just when the guy splattered off the side, he was here when he was already here when he got here.
He's already dead when I got here.
Yeah, that was. But and the depiction
Yeah,
of Ajax. Oh, go ahead.
and of course, yeah, the opening credits of the movie was just so hilariously in tune. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
written by the actual heroes of the movie, the actual writers.
Mm-hmm.
Some jerk, and overpaid, and it was directed by some overpaid idiot.
No, it is a. I mean, it is a classic opening. Was it a British bad
Yeah,
guy?
British villain, a hot
British villain.
chick,
Yep. Yep.
starring God's
CGI
Perfect
heroes.
Idiot, a gratuitous cameo,
Yeah.
and of course, yeah, the comic relief.
Absolutely. Oh,
Well,
but
and that was a lot of people's introduction to Gina Carano as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think she plays the role
Yeah.
So
perfectly. You know, where people
Oh,
like
absolutely.
talk about girl boss. She's not a girl boss. She completely fits the role in this film.
Mm-hmm.
so the fun
Yeah,
fact about
and that's why Kathy wanted to knock her down a peg, because because in real life she actually would beat her in a fight.
let's not talk about that. Uh, but the main fact is that the fun fact is that her breast falling out in the movie where Colossus was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry," was completely accidental, and the actor genuinely acted like that. Like,
That's an ad lib scene.
yeah, that wasn't meant to happen. Her
Well,
breast
it
actually
was,
fell out.
it was, yeah, it was ad libbed originally. They did reshoot it, like to, but the um, her breast did pop out during filming, and they did. They had they had something similar to that happen. So then they went back and filmed it, so that and then she, when she hits him and like she racks him and everything, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, Colossus, such a gentleman.
So
I
where
thought that they picked the right person to play, and I always forget her name, the girlfriend.
Vanessa?
Marina Baccarin.
Yeah. Um, from Firefly to Gotham
Stargate
to,
Atlantis.
she was just
The
the
V,
right choice to play
and
opposite Ryan Reynolds.
also in the V. She was also in the V reboot as like
Mm-hmm.
the leader who basically took over like Jane Blander's character
Oh, she played
essentially.
Diana.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, Jane Blander in that reboot, she does show up and does retain her name and does retain the same name, but it's a different
Well,
continuity.
and it bears mentioning that she's aging very, very well. She's going to be one of those women that'll be like 70, and guys in their 20s will still be like, would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dina Meyer,
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Connelly, and of course Marina Baccarin. Yeah, they're extremely gorgeous women who are aging very well.
So what did you think about the origin of how he got his name?
Oh, I think it's great.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fact that literally they had a wall in the bar he goes to get all his
Yeah.
contracts. They say, yeah, this is best
Captain
for all the mercs.
Deadpool. No.
Yeah, the mercs that were probably all possibly going to die in the line of like their work. And it's so crazy that his introduction is that he's just going there to try to prevent some creepy stalker teenager from stalking some girl.
Sure, that joke he made about whose cat litter box did I just shit in. If you listen to his exit, there's actually a toilet flushing. So I mean, but you
Yeah,
have to.
so
So the running joke with the bag, right? That he keeps leaving places is they could not afford to have all those guns actually on set. They couldn't afford to pay for the guns.
really,
Yes.
huh?
Wow.
And that's also why there's no mutants in the X-Men house. Because those were the only mutants that they could get.
Well, and Ryan Reynolds, in typical fashion, takes a shot at that. That
Oh, of
Fox.
Yes.
These are the only two we could get.
Yeah, and it's even the same thing it's the same thing in the sequel. I mean, that was sort of like they just sort of filmed that alongside, and they just added that. And they
Yes,
added that
but that
in
cameo with the first class cast was freaking
cast.
hilarious in the second one.
Yeah,
But anyway, back to the first one. I will say this: having met the chick that plays ultrasonic teenage warhead, having
Mega.
seen her in person, yeah, Negasonic, whatever. The point is that having seen her in person, they make her look really nice on screen, but she looks like that little emo girl that sits in the corner in high school, like in real life. And nothing against that, she's still pretty. It's just that let that be a lesson to all of you what show business in Hollywood can do.
Oh yeah. Like fucking there's a lot of the stuff like one of the things I don't my little nitpick, because I nitpick about weird stuff. Me and Bubba had a funny argument about a nitpick I had last night. And I still stand by that, by the way, Bubba. So, the way that he, at the beginning of the movie, Deadpool ran out of bullets. He's like, fuck, I only have 12.
Well, right,
Right?
he didn't
yeah.
run out. That's all. Because he left the bag, so he's only got the 12. Correct.
Why didn't he pick up the dead guy's guns?
Because he's
Yes.
Deadpool, he's got the swords.
Well,
That's what I
yeah.
always ask. Why doesn't he just pick up the enemy's guns, or just take out their bullets and add them to his clips?
Because he's Deadpool, and I've got 12 bullets, and I'm on a mission.
And that's true. Yeah, Desert Eagles. They're like, what caliber do they have? Like a 50 cal.
They depends who you're talking. Some guys had a submachine gun. Some guys had a 50 cal. Other guys had AKs.
Yeah, because a
Yeah,
couple
I
of them
mean-
look like
yeah.
they're MP5s, and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean, why does Deadpool shoot?
Yeah, I
I mean,
know, but I know an Eagle's like a higher caliber rifle. 22 is like the lowest caliber of pistol round.
Well,
Well,
when he's
as
going
far-
down, Deadpool shoots that one guy 3 times. He's right on the ground, and then he goes bang, bang, and it's like, oh, that's when he's down to the last bullet. So it's just Deadpool being Deadpool.
Yeah, but also, where's Francis? Well, so many people were saying that for so fucking long over this way. Do you know what?
Francis.
No.
Oh
where's
yeah, we made the Francis jokes for a long time.
Yeah. So
I will admit though, yeah, the
Bubba?
yeah that could have lasted a little bit longer.
No, Bubba, you cut out.
You got cut out, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait until he comes back and he can repeat what he just said. So, what are your guys' favorite scenes of it?
Well, I like the opening scenes, even where they cut back to it later on, the whole fight scene on the bridge. You were just alluding to it with the 12 bullets.
Yeah.
For me, it's a perfect opening. You got the action to begin with. It's kind of the movie you're expecting. And then you're segueing into the whole flashback. Okay, how did I get to this point? And then we're back on the bridge. For me, because I was thinking about rewatching it again tonight. Watching it, the enjoyment starts right away. You know what I mean? It's hard to quantify it. And I hate to use a John Wick reference, but you're getting what you're expecting in a Deadpool film. And having gone to see this in the theater, that was kind of my expectation from the outset, is that it was going to be an action film and it was going to be good. And so you see that both the beginning and the ends of the film. And I think the CGI that they used was really good compared to the garbage that we see in movies today. And that movie isn't that old.
So what a lot of people are talking about when it comes to the CGI is the CGI that they had in the past was a lot better. E.g. the Transformers movies, then they had like the Transformers movie CGI still holds up to this day.
That's because it was done by Industrial Light and Magic, and those guys are top game VFX guys. They're top tier.
That's Lucas's company,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And Skywalker Sound, yes.
Yeah. Which is like fucking good, like they are honestly like one of the best companies out there.
Yeah, yeah, and again, you can mix like again using practical and mixing it with CGI. I mean, it'll hold.
I was just
going to
say that because I think there's a lot of practical effects in this film too that makes that easier, where you're not standing in front of a green screen.
Yes, absolutely. Like they turn like one of the scenes that one of the weird things that they do, honestly, is during the scenes they cut things down and they slow it down as well. Like when he met his friend, right? I forget his name, Tom? The guy who's working for Francis.
Oh yeah, the Agent Smith guy. Or no,
Yeah.
Jared.
Hey Jared, how are you? How's the wife? Oh, she's good. Well, that's good. Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was priceless.
Yeah.
Well, Mommy, what about you? What did you like?
My favorite scene is where he meets the taxi cab driver.
That is hilarious.
And he becomes his best friend.
Yes.
And then like when he gets my other scene is where they put the nail in his head and he starts looking at what's her face, Vanessa, right?
Yes. Vanessa.
And he starts doing all kinds of stupid shit towards her. And you're going, dude, you just got a nail through the head. Could you like wake up for a second? Or is it rebar? Rebar through the head?
There was a knife.
Rebar. Oh,
yeah. There was a knife in his head.
Yeah. You're going, hello.
And the unicorns.
Yeah. Well, the scene is great because they're playing Chicago too. I mean, you're watching a Deadpool film. Like I say, he's acting ridiculous, and they're playing Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then I like the ending credits are just so funny, where it's got all the unicorns and he's riding the unicorn. I just think that the drawings are fantastic.
That unicorn was the top selling item at Comic-Cons. And if it's seen at Comic-Cons to this day, people will buy it. It's like commonly known as the Deadpool unicorn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like people fracking love that thing.
Yeah, well, my favorite scene, of course, my two favorite ones are where he shouts, superhero landing, and near the end, and of course the beginning when like
I hear that's really bad at Denise.
Wait, what?
I hear that's
bad
really
on
bad.
Denise. Yeah, it always is. But even then, Frank West did a superhero landing in Dead Rising.
Like
technically,
there's a movie that the director of this did. I think it was another superhero movie where one of the heroes landed on his knee after saying this, and he stood up and his knee clicked.
Ooh.
Ow.
Yeah, because like it's really bad on the knee. So when he stood up, knee clicks back into place.
Ow.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, another thing that was funny was, of course, when he encounters Colossus and and NST, which is a lot shorter than just saying out her whole name, even though it's like probably the best name in his opinion. But
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
yes, but it's better just call her. Let's just call her NST for short.
Yeah. I just always refer to it as Negasonic. But you
Yeah,
have to
but
admit that-
but still, I know the part where he's like about to beat Francis in submission. He goes like he starts combing a field with Colossus like, Dad.
Guys, you have to admit that Colossus is one of the best dads.
But he ain't his dad.
No, but I mean the way he treats Negasonic, the way then in the second one Negasonic's girlfriend, you get me? Like
Well, even
and
the life lessons he's trying to teach Deadpool before he shoots Francis. You have 5 great
yeah,
moments or 5 moments that make you the hero, and of course Deadpool's not going to have any of that. But you're right, he's very much a father figure in the film.
Yeah,
like that thing. You only get 5 moments. That can go for anyone. It doesn't have to be just a hero. It's like you only get 5 moments in your life to stand out.
Yeah,
Like only 5.
yeah.
And
Well, I think I've already used up at least 3 of them. I think I've used up 3 of mine.
you'd be surprised some of them haven't approached yet.
Yeah.
Like
Keep dreaming, potato. Yeah, keep dreaming, Mr. Potato.
I don't. There's a difference. But no, but like if you actually listen to Claus, like when he's there, did you have breakfast? Here, take this. It is good. It is good for you.
the protein bar.
It's good for your bones. Deadpool may try to break them. And when Negasonic finally uses her powers, like that, Devil, what the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's my powers. What? That was fucking funny though. But the process to make Deadpool was fucking evil. Honestly.
Yes, it was. I mean, they basically put him in a hyperbaric chamber with no, with low oxygen. They waterlogged him, electrocuted him. Every single torture method in the book, they did it to him to try to trigger that mutation.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It was supposed to increase adrenaline in him.
Yeah. Which is fucking yeah,
That
so
frozen ice chest where they close the lid on him. I mean, he's basically a vat
yeah,
of ice water in the dark. That's pretty diabolical.
absolutely. But as he said, and that's a genuine thing, if you're tortured long enough, you will go numb to it. Which a lot of there's a lot of since that came out in the comics and in a few different things, there's a lot of heroes who do feel pain, did turn around, and it's like, man, there was this one hero, I forget his name, he's one of the old gods, but he's immortal, but he heals, but he feels pain, you get me?
Mm-hmm.
He pulled a sword out of him and threw it on the ground, and it's like, doesn't that hurt? And he turned around to the nurse and he's like, if you've been hurt as many times as I have, you don't recognize pain anymore.
Yep.
And they're like, shit. Which it
Mhm.
goes to today, like if you see like I got walking issues and things like that, and the way it is, it's like if for me to actually stop, I have to be in a lot of pain. Otherwise, it's like, oh, my foot hurts. Kind of walk on it, yeah. Okay, and off we go. It's a thing that you just learn to ignore.
Yep, and that's kind of the truth. And even sometimes it's the same exact thing with any mental anguish you feel. If it's happened to you so many times, yeah, it's just like this is what you kind of come to expect from people.
Absolutely, which is sad.
Sad
But
but true.
hmm the X-Men house in that, like the fact that they got the actual Fox movie X-Men house
Mm-hmm.
is is absolutely good. Like, it's a good thing that they actually did get it. The rooms, it's oh, but one of my favorite lines is, "Come on, I'm taking you to the X-Men mansion. You're going to meet, you're going to meet Xavier. Which one, McAvoy or Stewart?
Yeah.
Oh, these these timelines get confusing, which they fucking do though.
Yes, they have all the Fox properties have got were I mean I don't ever one all the Fox Marvel films were all seemingly in their own separate continuities, but yeah, the X Men was the more diluted one.
Yeah, like fuck. Because when you actually realize that Logan was Logan technically failed. If you pay attention, like Logan fucked up. Logan failed in the Fox movie timeline. Like, which kind of explains in Deadpool. Because have you noticed the severe lack of mutants?
Yeah, I think but I think Logan kind of explained why there aren't many of them around because I'm pretty sure humanity just pretty much wiped them all out.
Yeah, I want to say Stryker Industries wiped them out. Anyone else have anything to say on it?
Well, what do you mean, like Days of Future Past? I'm
Yeah.
confused. It's what you're saying that he screwed up.
Okay, so he went. So you go to Days of Future Past. There's loads of mutants. Congratulations, he has his timeline. By the time we get to Logan, there's no mutants,
Oh,
right?
you mean the movie
Mhm.
Logan, not him individually. Yes.
Yeah. So they did screw up, and if you notice in Deadpool, there is a severe lack of mutants around.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
I
the
think they
same thing.
explain it. I was gonna say, I think
No.
they explain it, don't they, in Logan? No, or don't they? Because here would be my thought.
Logan
I'm
takes
trying to think
place
back.
in
2029 is when it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's nearly 15 years after Deadpool.
Right, but the lack of mutants, anything could have happened. I'm just trying to think back now. I don't think they actually explain what happened to them all, do they?
No, nope.
No, but I mean, so you could have had like if you're going back to the cartoons or the comics, couldn't you have had the Sentinels and they just eventually got to them all?
So the
Yeah,
way it would have,
yeah, the Sentinels were the plot device of Days of Future Past, and yeah,
Right.
we also already know that. Yeah, we also the thing is that's technically been retcon. The Last Stand was retcon with the cure.
yeah, but so the way that a lot of things explain it is that a lot of the mutants, like who can change their features, hide in plain sight. Like if you have weird colored eyes, they put in contacts or wear sunglasses.
Mhm.
See, now I
Like
have to think back. What was the? I'm trying to think the plot device. What Logan was trying to hide Professor X, wasn't he?
because he was being hunted. Because
Right. So I'm saying all the mutants. So the mutants. Maybe that's our explanation. The mutants were still around, but they were hiding.
yeah,
But Professor X, he
he,
couldn't hide because he's Professor X. I mean,
he had a seizure that killed the entirety of the X-Men.
Professor X
Huh.
did. Correct.
Yes.
And still, again, the fact that he almost nearly used Cerebro to literally wipe out either
Okay. Yep.
mutants
You're right. I remember. Yep.
and of course he nearly tried to wipe out humanity because, well, again, Magneto has just that much of a hatred of humanity.
Absolutely. But yeah, but no, I genuinely this movie I fucking love. Their whole love story, as crude and as fucked up as it is, it's a weird love story. But they, although they start out as a hooker in the bar, which a lot of love stories do.
And
Some of my best summers were spent chained up in people's
Just
basements.
Spark's not liking that.
It's Deadpool because Deadpool is a raunchy character.
yeah,
He
I know
is.
he is, but
Yep.
just saying anything else. I mean,
No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying for comedic value, it is genuinely funny.
Okay, yeah, I know, I killed the mood there, but still, yeah, it is, and that's the whole point. I mean, yeah, Deadpool would like date a whole bunch of would date a woman who is like a stripper.
Yeah, he's also Deadpool in the comics, which I wish they've done it in the movies. Deadpool has turned around a few times, and he's like, I don't care about people, right? And he's like, oh, someone had a booby trap. Started laughing and went, ha, trap, right? And but there was a girl who's going to off herself, which is a very famous Deadpool comic, right? And Deadpool rocked up and he's like, hey, let me show you around the city, and if you don't want to, I'll let you do what you need to do. He takes her around. They bust a couple of villains. They drive around. She's still like really depressed. He's like, okay, here we are. Oh, sweet, Bubba's back. Hey, bud. Just a heads up, you're still muted. Um, so he's like, hey, listen, I'm taking you to where you need to go. And she's like, fine. Pulls up outside of a mental hospital, and it's like, well, he goes, yeah, I'm not walking in there with you. But I've been texting them all night, letting them keep an eye on you and tell you how you are. Um, yeah, in you go. And so she's like, but I'm scared, and goes, it only takes one step, and then another, and you finally get to where you're going. That's how we all do. And she goes, what about you? What are you doing? He goes, I'm good on my own. And then he goes off, and yeah, and you just see him looking at the at a crumpled up mental health card himself,
Hmm.
which he needs a lot of help, that man. But also his ability to break the fourth wall is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
when
why I
he,
didn't like. I
Absolutely.
mean, I know for She-Hulk that was allegedly, or I shouldn't say allegedly, her thing in the comics, but it you don't need multiple superheroes breaking the fourth wall. It makes sense for Deadpool. And
Yeah,
maybe it
yeah.
he's
would
the
have made sense
master
for
of it.
She-Hulk if you had a better written show.
So
But it totally plays to Ryan Reynolds' acting ability where he can be himself, but you know what I mean? So he is Ryan Reynolds, but he is Deadpool. So the whole, turning to the camera and it's like, oh, hello there, or any of his other one-liners, it completely works for this film. Whereas, and I watched the first two episodes of She-Hulk, it was, in my estimation, cringeworthy.
oh, She-Hulk is a shit show.
Right. I'm just saying for one character it works. It does, and for me, it didn't work for She-Hulk.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and she's supposed to be a lawyer, and she does that god awful infamous scene. Just
Well,
ugh.
that whole thing, uh, that whole thing is fucking insane.
Yeah. But I'm
No
just saying,
comment.
to answer your fourth wall thing, yeah, it works
No,
beautifully in all the
I
Deadpool.
plead the fifth.
did you like She-Hulk?
I like She-Hulk.
Oh, I applaud you. I watched the first
Hold on.
episode by
That's because
myself,
they're targeting my gender.
but
Idiots.
but when
I like
I
She-Hulk.
watched the first one by myself, and then I watched the second again with my son, and then we made it halfway through the second episode, and I just turned it off. I'm like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah,
So
even the other women I know hated it.
doesn't mean you couldn't have made the character strong. I thought it was poorly written, and
It
I don't
was.
care for her as an actress, but that's me. Like I say, if you liked it, Mombi, that's
Yeah,
great.
I think she's hilarious. But what was she on before? Was it on Comedy Central? I'm trying to remember what show she was on before. She was just really funny.
And she may
But
be
everybody's you watch, like, what I say is, you watch it once, you don't
Sorry,
like it,
Bubba.
don't watch it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Yeah. And
that's
if
why
we
it's
all like the
cancelled.
same thing, life would suck.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
right. Like say,
So
you can't make things for everybody, but
Right.
yeah.
hold on, talking about things. Blind Al, fucking, I love Blind Al,
Yes.
and yeah, and it's like, oh, there's a gun or something like that in here that's right next to the cure for blindness, and when he takes the floorboard up, there's if you notice, there's a little box that does say the cure for blindness.
Wow.
That's why you need to see the third film, Potato. She's got some good lines in that
Mm-hmm.
movie too.
Yep.
Oh no, I am seeing it next week. I'm
Oh,
seeing it
okay.
next week.
Yay!
Perfect. You were
Yes.
gonna be in for a treat, Revan. Trust me, you were
Yes.
gonna
Oh
be in for a
yeah,
treat.
it's so good. So good.
Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, but no, Blind Al is sarcastic the way she can't aim, but she keeps trying. And their relationship with each other is absolutely fucking hell. I love it. She's like what, as they say in the second one. He starts out as a guy who's alone, who hates everyone, and he ends up building a family.
Mm-hmm.
The Deadpool's, ow, fuck! It bit my cheek. Um, the Deadpool series, I genuinely think is about found family.
Yeah, I'd
What do
agree.
you?
But like I say, you're going to want to see the third film. I think your opinion of that will continue forward.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing, though. I mean, even if you already know if you already do know the people, yes. Even if you aren't related by blood, you actually still feel connected. I kind of still. There is also a thing that's a story that's also a continuation of another one that I'm writing that actually really hammers that point home.
Yeah, but yeah, but fucking hell. I'm trying to think. Okay, what did you think of Francis, or AKA Ajax?
Scumbag.
He is. He's an absolute fucking scumbag. But I kind of wish he was a bit more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than the fact that yeah, he basically is a mutant himself, and yeah, literally he can't feel any pain, and he has no sense of humor either.
He actually does. It's just he's British.
All right, help me being a Brist.
No, but no. A lot of his humor is very Irish and English, kind of dry
Dry,
witted. Yeah,
yeah, sort
humor.
of dry humor.
Like, I thought he was. I thought some of his stuff was funny. But I do wish he was more fleshed out because we have no why. We have no why was he like this? What caused him to feel this way? Why did what's his motivations other than money? Who does he work for? You get me? We don't have any real thing other than we're going to make you into a slave.
I
Okay?
think you just get the edges of it because you couldn't delve too much into the X-Men universe. As we
Not
alluded
even
to
the
earlier.
X-Men universe. I'm talking about him
No.
specifically.
But that's what I'm talking about because you're talking about like the X
Yeah.
programmer that you could only go so far. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I think there were limitations by the mere fact that, like, say, we were glad to see the X Mansion and we got two X-Men, but budgetary concerns. How far do you flesh him out without delving too far into the X-Men universe? Yeah, I mean, maybe you could. I mean, how the film's what 2 hours to begin with? Do you think
An hour
adding
and 50.
yeah? So do you think adding, let's say, an extra half hour to flesh
You,
him out, with a backstory, even because you're going to kill him at the end of the film? So how much do you want to flesh him out?
you could have basically had him and someone had Gina Carano turn around and just go, what got you into this anyway? And he said, I grew up in a place where, like, in a part of England where there was a lot of heroes around. Captain Britain, like, mention heroes that nobody knows about, really. Right?
Yeah,
It's like growing up watching Captain Britain, and then I'm like, is there any way I can do anything? And then I got powers. And what did they give me? Advanced reflexes. What can I do with that? Catch things? Ooh, I'm the catcher. Right?
You make a good point, but then as you're describing that, I worry about where you see a lot of reviews where there's about a lot of films we've seen of late where there's too much exposition. Would he have
Not
had that conversation with Gina Carano's character? I don't know that he would have. Shouldn't she already know his backstory? I mean, she's like
not
his
even
lead henchman.
that doesn't mean she knows his backstory. Do you
Well,
get me?
no, but it doesn't mean she doesn't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I'd be worried about too much exposition. And again,
Yeah.
how much I like Ajax as a character. The actor that plays him makes a perfect villain in this film.
Oh, he
But
does. But like,
do you want to really flesh out a character that is not going to continue forward in the Deadpool universe?
I just want motivation. Like
No, I understand. I understand.
yeah, I just want to know why. Like that's my whole thing is,
You,
why are
you
you?
signed one though. You said money. I mean, money's a pretty
Yeah,
good motivator. You
Mhm.
know, what do I care if I'm, because he said I'm going to put a collar on you, you're going to be somebody's slave. Maybe his core motivation is just that money, and I don't give an f.
yeah,
I
mommy,
mean,
and he
I like your
nitpicks.
idea though about I'm a freaking catcher.
Yeah,
I'm a cat. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Of the lamest superpowers I could have, I can't feel anything and I can catch things.
You know
Wow.
what? You know what they could have even done just out of shits and giggles, right? He goes, "Oh yeah, we developed this program." He said, in England. Don't mention Striker. Don't mention any of the European companies, right? Because we
Mhm.
developed it in England. He goes, oh, he goes, my brother was the first one to do it, and they're like, okay, don't even have it be Gino, have it be Wade even, right? And he turns around and goes, and you know what they did? He goes, what? He goes, Captain Bloody Britain. He goes, who? He goes, the UK's answer to Captain America. He's got powers. He's got everything. Goes, and what do I do? Throw something and grabs it. Ta-da! Goes, nah. He goes, I'm going to find my power. He goes, and he could even have him want to make a mutant and take their powers and use it on himself. That could be his. That could have been his motivation. Because,
No,
Yeah,
like,
I agree. It could have been, yeah.
yeah, honestly, I'm sick of him killing villains off.
But I'd rather have films like this where they're killing villains off instead of films like we have today where the villains are, we get this moral gray area where the
Oh
bad guy's
no,
really the good guy. And
yeah.
orcs have families. No, they don't.
Or in the case of the thing, yeah, you're trying to make these characters
Yeah.
the characters somewhat sympathetic. No, you can
yeah,
have a character who can be sympathetic, but he's not the main villain. The main villain has to be the absolute worst of the worst.
I'm a
Somebody you
Sith, but
cannot.
I'm really a good guy. And don't call me Sith. It's a pejorative. No, it's not.
Yeah. Miss Head, yeah, Acolyte. Just don't get me started talking about that show.
No, but
yeah.
that's
But
the
no,
problem.
what
Just
I'm
answering
saying is,
potato is like I'd rather kill villains than make villains the good guy. I really would.
you don't. No, I'm not saying make him the good guy or make him
No,
sympathetic.
I'm
All
saying
I'm saying,
killing them off.
If he's basically the good guy, he's an anti-hero. I mean, but also then again, you got characters who are anti-villains. I could say, and that's
Deadpool's
the
not
whole.
exactly a good guy.
Well,
Who?
well, again, he's an anti-hero.
You're saying Deadpool's not a good guy?
Yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
would you call everything he's done in the movies good guy?
No, he's not.
No. Just right. He's the anti-hero. But even at the beginning, they sell
Yeah,
that point where he does the good thing, and like, no, don't you call me don't you call me a hero? But
yeah,
when rewatching this film, it I'm not going to say it's equal to Tony Stark, but there is a story arc with Deadpool through the films
oh, definitely.
that I think you'll
Deadpool's,
appreciate in the last one. So you're right. I mean, he's a mercenary. I mean,
yeah.
let's not pretend he's he even
Hold
says
on.
I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, Deadpool is a mercenary with altruistic tendencies. That
Yeah,
is true.
yeah,
But what I'm saying is, like, what they could have done, right, is you could have had Ajax after the fight, like after he gets shot, Deadpool walks away. Could have had him twitching, and then you could have had like, for whatever reason, have a shot and it goes somewhere else, or had a funny title, it goes somewhere in God knows where, right? And you
Mhm.
just see Ajax in somewhere, and it's like, how did you make it out? Like Gina Carano finds him and goes, "How did you make it out?" I don't feel pain. Like, and she's there and she goes, "Did you catch the bullet?" And he just goes, "Shut up." and then they just like move on. Like then you could have had him come back, maybe some point in the second, or have him work with the pyro guy in the future. Get me? Could have
Yeah.
had, because I'm just sick of them being like, oh
Mhm.
hey, here's a movie, blah blah blah. Bad guys dead. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I do
okay.
like the idea.
Mhm.
I like recurring villains. I don't like kill. I don't like killing them off. But I mean, you don't kill off a character. Don't kill off villain characters, even in like a TV show. I mean, the Batman and Joker are always going to keep going at it no matter what. Same thing with every single any superhero with a rogue gallery of villains.
I mean, fucking hell, Bubba's rogue gallery of villains is as long as his arm. And that's only 4 inches. Like he's tiny. Aren't you, Bubba?
I think the other problem, you're describing not killing off villains, is we have to look at this film in the context of when the film was made, with the whole separation of Fox and Disney. There may have been limitations, and do you want to extend him because we don't have Magneto? I mean, you have a built-in villain that they don't kill, but we don't have Magneto in this film. Would a Deadpool film with Magneto in there be cool? Yeah, probably would have been, but I don't have a problem with them killing Ajax because how much can you do with Ajax? And what you described isn't wrong, but I think Ajax served his role for this film because then when you get on to the second film, an Ajax character as a foil in there wouldn't have worked.
Yeah,
I would have killed Ajax. So what I would have done with Ajax, had him survive this movie, killed him in the second movie, right? Where I would have him have stated that he developed the collars to turn off the powers to piss specifically for Deadpool, right?
Mhm.
Um, then when Deadpool was arrested, have Ajax come down as the main warden or the main doctor, right? And he's there and he's like, haha, I'm here, and he turns around and he's like, I am Ajax, and he looks and he goes, Sup, Francis? And he's just there, he goes, I fucking hate you. Right? But at the end, just like show how kind of pointless as well it is. Like, because villains don't have to die a big death where you have Ajax turn around and he's standing there and he goes, Wade! And when Wade's collar is still red, that means his powers is off. He turns around and all he sees a guy immune whose powers are turned on, just turn around and it's like cool and just burns him. And then that's how you'd kill off Ajax. Bubba says, my arm is 5.5 inches. My rogue gallery is longer. So 6.2 inches then. But yeah. But do you guys want to start chilling yourselves and like we get this wrapped up? Because Mommy, don't you have a show tonight?
Yes, we do. Vic's
Let's
show.
start with you. Oh, is Vic
Hmm?
there? Would he like
Yeah,
to chill
Vic's here.
himself? Yo, Vic, come over here.
You're gonna
summoned
get a
thee.
surprise tonight. He's dyed his hair a beautiful color.
Oh no!
What
He
did
would-
you
come,
do?
come talk about your show. No, now. By the way, I'm April, the Sci-Fi Mombi. I host a show. Of course, it's the Sci-Fi Mombi podcast. We've got several offshoot shows like Galactic Cafe every day at noon Eastern, 11 Central. Sci-Fi Mombi Studios, where we finished Alf, and now we're watching Futurama, The Muppet Show, and Murdoch Mysteries for the first time. And then we have Vic, if he'd ever Hollis took us in here.
When I'm on vacation, I'm
We're
going to have
not
to
on
catch your show there,
camera.
Mommy, at noon. I can't catch your show in the middle of the day, but I will once I'm on vacation.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or watch it on the replay.
Yeah, but I like.
every
Yeah,
year
it's fun
for-
interacting when you're doing shows live. But yeah, you make a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah. Here's Vic.
Hi.
Hello, Vic. Hello, Vic. Would you like to tell us about your show?
All right. So every Friday I host a show called In Drag. Usually I'm dressed up as Victoria Matrix, but for right now we're just doing, we're watching through RuPaul's Drag Race Global All Stars. So I'm mostly focused on that right now.
Awesome.
Um, But yeah, it's every Friday or Saturday, depending on how I'm feeling. Um, and we just sit and talk about whatever while we watch the show.
And tell them
Okay.
your phrase.
All right. My catchphrase at the end of every show is be kind, be respectful, and be so in drag. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, my chest is at me. Well,
Uh,
yeah. So, man, I hope that you have a great show tonight. Honestly, I
Mhm.
do. A great first show.
Yeah.
Um, hope that StreamYards doesn't kick you in the ass because apparently their signal decided to go and commit seppuku.
oh,
Uh,
great.
yeah, no. Last night I was there and we were talking, and everyone just went quiet because everyone's signals just dropped, even though their own personal Wi-Fi signals was strong.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Uh, Mr. Jet Sparks, would you like to share your stuff?
Yeah, yes, I am JetSparks373. I'm basically on every platform except TikTok because let's be honest, I'm not freaking using that. I'm not gonna be trying to pander to people who have the attention span of that's worse than goldfish. But yeah, I post gameplay videos. I've done watch parties. I know, sure, I'm sporadic in terms of like doing uploads, but I still would like everyone to just interact with my content and watch it. That's all I can ever really ask for you, and at least try to spread the word about me everywhere you can. Because
Oh, that is
I think I just reached 200 followers on X recently.
wonderful. Absolutely
Nice. Yeah.
wonderful. Gamer, tell us about yourself.
We just went through a hurricane and had a little family illness going on, so I'm a little behind in doing my uploads.
Yeah.
But in the interim, I do wrenching duties on B sides, which I'm immediately switching to after this stream. And I also do wrenching over on the Brown Alliance on Sundays and
Yeah.
Wednesdays. Our good
And
friend
you're
Z is typically, or I shouldn't say typically, but often he's a guest on that show. So other than that, like I say, just kind of recovering from Hurricane Helene, and I'd like that to be my last hurricane.
yeah, we all are so Bubba's using his devil fruit there.
Nice.
We're glad you made it through the hurricane.
Yeah,
Yeah, that you're just
I'm far more fortunate. I'm on the Atlantic coast, but this storm, many of us lost sleep, and with it came further east than we thought. It was almost a mistake because I did not put up the hurricane shutters, and I even posted on X a few times. Which, by the way, I am on X as the oldest gamer. The
yes.
storm made it almost to Lake City. If it had come on the other side of Lake City, it would have been a mistake having not put up the hurricane shutters because I
Mhm.
was worried about our screens popping off, and my wife thought something happened to the roof. I checked that this morning; everything's good. Many folks in the Big Bend area of Florida, there's really bad damage, so I've got them in my thoughts. I've
Mhm.
got some folks
So
I follow on X that I'm keeping tabs on, and they're all
yeah.
safe. So important thing.
Also, check on people in Tennessee because a dam just
Mhm.
exploded.
Oh,
Wait,
what just
what?
exploded?
Wait, what?
Yeah, a dam exploded in Tennessee. I saw it there earlier on.
Oh, crap.
From
Uh-oh.
Helene.
Yeah, hold on. So I'm going to end this because I can't show it, and then I am going to show what it is. Bubba, in a few minutes, keep an eye on your DMs, and I'll show you the streamer link. So everyone, good night, God bless, and we will see you next week for some topic. Peace out. Go and check out Mommy's stream. Vic needs the support.
9 o'clock.
Later.